What's up? What's going on? As this year rolls out and we're still battling this virus, what better way to combat that than going on a plant-based diet? Now, as you read from the title, here are things that I wish I knew before going on a plant-based diet slash vegan. Now, vegans have this stigma that's associated with this cultish behavior.
So our time is up. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's just stepping over to the other side. That's all it is. Let's show the world that the only peace left for us is in death. We're going to a better place now. Let's all go together. It's just a little medication. That's all it is.
And I'm not the type of vegan. So I'm not gonna judge, and my whole premise is health and safety, and that's the thing that drew me to a plant-based diet, because I wanted to optimize my health to the fullest potential. And I found out that going on a plant-based diet was actually what promotes longevity. Did you know that women on a plant-based diet live an extra 10 years longer and the men 6? So just hearing those numbers, if I could extend my lifespan just by going on a plant-based diet, I'm gonna do it. So I'm not gonna take too long. I tend to ramble a lot. I'm gonna keep it simple because I probably will make this into a series. So for today, I'm gonna be talking about 5 things that I wish I knew before transitioning to a vegan diet. Number 1, don't rush. Be patient. I think that's the number one thing that a lot of people fall into, basically a pitfall. When I first transitioned, I went I just dove right in. I cut meat out, and that was a disaster. Yeah, so don't rush. Patience is honestly the name of the game. Think about this. You grew up your whole life consuming flesh, and although some people have done it, I want to say that I don't recommend it because it's just too much of a shock on your system. I recommend that incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet, and then slowly transition. So I say have a tier system. Transition to a pescatarian, because you're still consuming flesh, but it's fish. Check out my video on is fish meat. So I would say transition to a pescatarian, and from there you can transition to a vegetarian and then work your way up to ultimately a vegan, or you can go higher. There's alkaline vegans, there's raw vegans. So yes, 1, don't rush, be patient. Number 2, don't worry about protein. I think this is a big misconception in regards to protein when it comes to a vegan diet. I wish I knew that, because I was so worried about protein that all I ate was literally tofu and salads. And that's one of the big misconceptions that people have about vegans, because they think that's all vegans eat are salads and, tofu. And I literally ate tofu and salads every day, because what I did was I tried to substitute meat with the tofu, and that was a big mistake. I literally paid a toll for that. I lost literally 50 pounds. So don't do that. Don't worry about protein. You are getting enough protein. What you don't want to do is try to just make huge adjustments in terms of substituting meat for something else, because vegetables are packed. There are lots of vegetables that are packed in protein. And if you do want to know, I'm going to be making in depth about that. But I say all this to say, don't worry about protein. Whether you're on a plant-based diet or you're eat flesh, you are getting enough protein. So don't worry about the protein. 3, which I believe this is an important one. It's B12. I wish I knew about B12 when transitioning to a vegan-based diet / plant-based diet. That's something that a lot of vegans, when I was transitioning, didn't really tell me about. And the first month into it, it was okay, but then I started realizing my energy just started tanking, and I didn't understand why I felt so lazy, just down, depressed. I thought it was just basically shock from the transition, but what I realized that I was deficient in B12. So, I had blood work. I got blood work done, and I realized, oh shoot, my B12 in just a month. So pay close attention to this. If you're going to transition on a plant-based diet, have a B12 supplement. And I actually have a video that I covered on this. Is meat killing you? I talk about B12 and the importance of it. And whether you're on a plant-based diet or you consume flesh, more than likely, you're deficient in B12. Number 4, patience. You have to have patience. Think about this. Again, if you started off your whole life consuming flesh, the transition period is going to be rough, but you have to be patient. And I say have a plan. With patience, have a plan. I recommend just incorporating more vegetables, fruits and vegetables into your diet. I'm not the type of vegan that's going to tell you, hey, just cut out meat cold turkey. Transition, add more fruits and vegetables, and then you can taper off the meat. So have a plan. Be patient, but have a plan. Don't just dive right into it. Number 5, don't listen to people. You're going to have friends, family members, even physicians that will try to discourage you from going on a plant-based diet, solely because they don't really have a good understanding of it. I mean, when people think about vegans, what comes to mind? Skinny, unhealthy, where do you get your protein? They don't have any energy, and some sort of ignorance. As we're progressing, we're finding out that a plant-based diet is the way to go. Now, again, I can't state this enough. Your health is your responsibility. Don't have someone else hijack that. So these are the things that I wish I knew when I was starting off, because honestly, it's not easy. Anyone that tells you it's easy is full of it. It's not easy, but with a plan, and like I said, the 5 things that I laid out, hopefully that can help you guys. And I'm going to make a series out of this because there's so much to cover. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up or just leave a comment below. Thanks, guys.